Hi, I'm Lori Brown. Let's hear it for our latest Patreon supporter, Rob Irwin, and to one of our earliest, Denise Grisson. You both rock. Thank you. How do you make a living creating something that people can get for free? That is the world in which Pondercast lives, and it's weird. Well, how we are attempting to do it is by asking you, our listener, to support us with a small monthly donation. And right now, we've got a Patreon push going on. We're looking for 150 new members. And we're giving away some free merch to help you make the plunge to becoming a monthly supporter. Please join us at patreon.com/Pondercast. And now, let's Ponderbeat. You are in for an earful of music this episode. This is our quarterly report of the latest music that comes to us through Killbeat Music. And I've had my head down and done a lot of listening and finding the tracks that I love and tracks I think that you will love too. And as always, my hope is you discover a brand new artist here. In all that listening, my brain is always trying to make sense of what the big picture is. You know, what does this core sample of new music tell me what's going on as a trend in the overall picture? It's like that famous line from A Hard Day's Night when the ad executives are looking at George Harrison and they're asking each other if he's the early clue to the new direction. Well, this is a Ponderbeat, really, of songs and songwriters. The tracks you hear are stories about feelings, good and not so good. They are stories about what it means to be human. And I'm feeling a sense of return in music right now, a return to singer-songwriter. I mean, there's nothing wildly innovative or groundbreaking about this music. It's just wonderful writing and beautiful, heartfelt delivery. How have we ended up here? If you back up a little bit and think about the time when electronic dance music swept over us, and then we watched as that got pulled apart and those electronic sounds got paired up with every other kind of music. The technology that makes electronic music was embraced by all kinds of artists. And then I watched as these big emotional voices made a return. New soul pumped us up with emotion and music again and got our blood flowing. And now it really feels like a return to a folk-like singer-songwriter era to me. Musical trends, though, are as much about moving away from something as moving towards something. So what is music moving away from? Judging from the playlist you are about to hear, I would say it's moving away from a kind of desperate attention-getting drive for mass appeal. Maybe that seems so far out of reach for most artists that they've just given up on that. But moving away from thinking really about top 40 radio, but moving towards something far more intimate. Much of this music sounds vulnerable, meant for smaller audiences, closer connections. And with the way that the world is right now, this instinctual move to be more human, to bring us all in closer to each other, is a good one. So let's begin. This is Andy Schaaf with Things I Do.
Seems like I should have known better than to turn my head like it didn't matter. Why do I do the things I do when happy to see me. But you said, what the hell are you doing here? Why do I do the things I do when I know I am losing you? Pushed me away from him. He said, buddy, calm down. You were so embarrassed. Seems like I should have known better than to turn my head like it didn't matter. Why do I do the things I do when I know I am losing you? When I know I am losing you.
That was Andy Schaaf with Things I Do. Here is a Friday night song for you. It may not even be Friday night, but you know that feeling, right? It's an energy that feels like it's been building all week. And of course, it has a lot to do with work and that unbridling of your harness on Friday night. But it's a little more joyous than that, isn't it? It's about wanting to leap back into the other you. And here's something that we also know, that sometimes Friday nights just don't deliver the way you want them to. This is Dahlia with Woman Here.
Oh, it'll take the time it takes, but it's a Friday night. I wanna get shit faced. I know in the morning I'll forget this urge and step out of bed and stumble into some other trouble. 'Cause I can't be a woman here. No, I can't be a woman here.
That was Dahlia with Woman Here. Okay, here's a perfect example of the musical mood of the moment that I've been talking about. This is a classically structured, beautifully written song, but filled with new electronics and old sounds. You'll hear a B3 organ in there, and backup singers. It's full of soul and jazz. This group was a discovery for me. From Toronto, Jaunt is a 6-piece band. Best description I've heard of their music? If Carole King and Arthur Russell performed a duet with Stereolab as the backing band. This is Nostalgia for the Present Moment by Jaunt.
Got rid of that mood, understood the way it grew. Said to it, I've had enough, we're through. I'm trading you in for chill, singing until I know where my will is headed. Songs about how to digest the past as fuel for seeing what's old as new. Like new, you don't have to see for yourself. Why? Looking back at what? What I thought was wrong. I cannot imagine what. 'Cause what I thought was wrong. Shaking up, eager to ease. The thunderheads were caught beneath. Rain, like a sign to clean the slate. Exchange that bitterness for some grace. Levels to rain, a balance struck again. Forgiveness, shame. I should know by now the shape it takes, the shadow's length. Have the levity to laugh away. That way, you don't have to sing for yourself. Why? I was thinking about it wrong. What I thought was wrong. When I was thinking about it.
That was Nostalgia for the Present Moment by Jaunt. Yay. I've got some new music here from Braids for you. And if you've been following Braids since their beginning, you know the ride has been exhilarating. Raphael Standell Preston is a remarkable artist, and every album she seems to dig a bit deeper. She nails feelings and moments that I don't think anyone else has touched, partly because she writes very honestly from a woman's point of view, but also because she's not afraid to tackle these small, uncomfortable moments that rarely get much examination. How she makes this song so big is a marvel to me. This is a masterpiece. I can't wait for the whole album to come out. I love the place that she takes us to at the beginning of this track. Picture this. You are young, new at love, and you find yourself on a summer's night with someone you know isn't good for you. But for all kinds of reasons, here you are with them, sitting at the edge of a quarry at night, staring down into a shadowy pit and looking up just as the moon goes into an eclipse. And this dangerous man leans in to kiss you as you sit perched on the edge of the quarry. What an image, what a feeling, and what songwriting. This is Eclipse Ashley by Braids.
At my core, I feel good. My essence is a shirt, but there's so many layers to get there. So much built up, so many left their mark on me. The non-literal wound of a heart broken. Questioning that the universe doesn't trust in me, have a plan for me, like we can find ourselves. It's in the tall grass, it's in her long hair, in her dark eyes, hologram day of the love of two women, my best friend Ashley.
while we are in the afterglow of that, here is a new track that pairs very well with a toxic relationship. Check out these lyrics from Austra's new single. When you know the one you're with is bad for you, but you're too scared to quit, you say, I love you, I don't want to lose you. And they wear their crown of shit upon their liar's chair while leeching off your devotion. Oh boy, that can only be written by someone who's emerged on the other side, someone who's finally managed to walk away. Austra has been quiet for a couple of years. This new record feels like a new start. And I love how she nails the anxious, frantic energy of someone too afraid to leave a relationship. She's pitched her voice up an octave, and she actually sounds trapped. This is Risk It by Austra. That was Risk It by Austra. We are all lifelong students of music. I mean, think how your ear has changed since the first album you bought. It's amazing how our appreciation and love of music just continues to grow. But not all of us are like that. We all have friends who, at some point in their life, seem to turn away from music. It starts, you just can't get them to go see a concert with you anymore. And then they don't make time for music at home anymore. A busy life has a way of making you forget about the things you used to do that brought you joy. How many of those people just end up listening to those first 100 albums from their very early dive into music, musically stuck in high school forever? I don't think that's you, or you wouldn't be here. So let's meet the ultimate music fan. Here's an album from someone who has made other people's pop music a big part of his career. Nobu Edelman of Choir, Choir, Choir. His weekly gatherings with Choir, 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 along with David Goldman, bring thousands of people together to sing a different pop song every week. And it's blossomed into this amazing success story. It's a story full of fun and kindness and the special joy that you can only get from singing together. There is a Pondercast episode with Choir, Choir, Choir. Check it out if you don't know the work of this amazing duo. Well, Nobu, or I guess I need to say Mr. Nobu is his artist name, has put out his second album. And it remarkably has some of those same wonderful feelings that you get when you are at Choir, Choir, Choir. It feels organic, a bit DIY, and it's open and hopeful. And his songs have the feel of classic pop tunes, a kind of cross between John Lennon and Jonathan Richman. I'll take it. This is Best of Me by Mr. Nobu.
You will always get the best of me. No matter how hard I try, it's alright with me. I'm going backwards, I see you approach. Life is a hazy dream, you're more than a ghost to me. I didn't get the chance to say goodbye. Time stole you away. Your words hang right where you left them, and they dance in my head most every day. Your stare is a rebel, you turn the tables, don't know what I turned into. You had the vision, an island tradition, and we ran along with you. Why would we argue with the view? You will always get the best of me. No matter how hard I try, it's alright with me. I'm moving backwards, I see you approach. Life is a hazy dream, you're more than a ghost to me. Your words hang right where you left them, and they dance in my head most every day. Your stare is a rebel, you turn the tables, don't know what I turned into. You had the vision, an island tradition, and we ran along with you. Why would we argue with the view? You will always get the best of me. No matter how hard I try, it's alright with me.
That was Best of Me by Mr. Nobu. Songs that have such an obvious big emotion to them, such sincerity, such uncynical offerings, they can make me uncomfortable. I think it's because I hate to make myself that vulnerable by being so all in and all out there and not protecting myself with perhaps a little irony or a little mystery. But in this episode, in this Ponderbeat adventure, and indeed over the past couple years, I have been hearing more and more clear, simple sentiment in music. This is from the debut album by Vancouver's Donna Gavin Ski. The music it's wrapped in this European 1960s feel. I love to see that she's working with Mike Lindsay from Tongue, and that makes sense, because in his own music, he has that same kind of upfront sincerity. This is Donna Gavin Ski with Good Instead of Bad.
I could see it when he talked to me. His eyes closed like windows. Watch the seasons and they made me see the time when I could still hope. We could be clear in anger. We could take fear and sing her a song and show her we were strong. I could tell he wasn't trying to be this way, but he couldn't see through all the feelings that I tried to heap on him. Made it hard to tell if it was my own voice, tell if it was the right choice. Curled up in a ball, and I don't know how long. How can I be good to him? How can I be good instead of bad? How can I be true to him? How can I be true instead of sad? Or is this all I have? Or is this all I have? Even though I should not ask for more, I sit with this question. Will we ever dance upon this floor like the night when I met him? But it was just from this angle, watching the way the dust rolled on down. The flowers had gone brown, and they curved into a frown. How can I be good to him? How can I be good instead of bad? How can I be true to him? How can I be true instead of sad? Or is this all I have? Or is this all I have? Or is this all I have? Or is this all I have?
That was Donna Gavin Ski with Good Instead of Bad. We started off this Ponderbeat with a track from Andy Schaaf, who I think is one of the finest songwriters in the country. Well, here comes another one, Rose Cousins. Something that gets said all the time about Rose's music is that it makes you cry. And I know that that's said as a good thing, because we all need emotional music. We all need a good cry. And we all need music to encourage us to process the emotions that we mostly just shove off in a corner. But her music isn't written to make you cry. It's not a lost my wife, lost my truck, lost my job kind of lament. It's not manipulative. If you end up crying to a Rose Cousins song, I think it's because she said something so true, it cracks your heart open. I feel everything when I listen to Rose Cousins. I feel how she has thought and felt deeply about what she's writing about, and in her music, she passes on this wisdom to us. She can put words to situations and feelings that may only register as a dark shadow for us, like a strange relationship you're in that pulls at your heart and makes it uneasy, but you're not sure why. Rose will tell you why. This is The Agreement by Rose Cousins.
You come to town, I'll take you in, and we'll spend the night in our beautiful sin. And I know I'm not just any, but I know that I'm one of many. I get lost in the stories you tell, above your gaze and under your spell. And I know I'm not just any, but I know that I'm one of many. Ooh. We don't need to give this a shot. The best we can have is what we've got. Commitment is too scary, but I'll cry if you get married. So when I come to town, you'll take me in, and we'll spend the night in our beautiful spin. And you'll know you're not just any, but you know that you're one of many. Yeah, you know you're not just any, but you know that you're one of many.
That was The Agreement by Rose Cousins. This Ponderbeat has been full of singer-songwriters, but let's let all the words fall away and let R. Grunwald take us out beyond language. Oma is the name of his new album of piano music, and it's quiet and it's slow. I wouldn't call it ambient music, though, because it's all melody, and it's just waiting for you to fill it up with meaning. But the true story behind this track is too good not to share. This track is my favorite on the album, and it turns out that it's Robbie Grunwald's too. It's called Age, and he says it represents a life cycle of a human. It starts gently and delicate like childhood and youth. Then it gets more complex and heavy as life moves on. And by the end, it goes back to frailty. Robbie says that song makes me think of my grandmother's life. And Oma means grandmother in Polish. And when the album was mastered, he traveled to play it for her and also to record her incredible life story, one that took her from Poland to Chile. And while he was there doing that recording and playing this for her, he and his partner learned that they were about to have their first child. So this truly is a song about life. And you can fill this up with your life story. This is Age by R. Grunwald. That was called Age by R. Grunwald. Thank you for being here. And if you love a piece of music that you've heard on Ponderbeat, buy it. And while you have your hand on your wallet, head to patreon.com/Pondercast and support the creative content that you listen to here on Pondercast. We need your monthly support. So thanks for that, and thanks for listening. I'll see you soon. I'm Lori Brown.